Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, let me just get a couple things thrown up here real quick. And let's see. How was everybody's weekend? I hope it was good. Mine was pretty good. I went and got a sit-stand desk so that when I sit way too much, so I want to lose some weight, want to get some better health. So the doctor was like, go get a sitting standing desk. So I will be sitting standing. I'll probably do a video sometime standing up, and I'll be doing some sitting down. Currently I'm sitting down, and with that being said, I kind of rearranged my whole setup here, so making sure that everything is in the stream that it needs to be. I apologize, I should have done this first. Alright, we're there. We're good. Alright. Well, what a market, dude. Everything's dropping. Everything's selling off. We knew this was coming, and I'm kind of glad it is. It gives us an opportunity to... Sorry, I'm moving my mic, trying to get everything just right. All right. How's everybody? I am Dark Algo. Thanks for joining me on this Monday, July 19th, 2021. It is our weekly watch list. Or no, it's not. It's our morning stream. I'm tired. Went back to the bangs. Still waiting for the... still waiting for the sponsorship. All right, let's jump right into it. Market selling off. Two things can happen. We can continue to sell off, and you can just sit in cash, which is a position if you don't feel comfortable trying to trade this kind of volatile to the downside market. You can look for value buys for long term. You can play the news. You can just play the chart in front of you, knowing that the market's going to do what the market wants to do. Okay? So don't try to enforce your will on the market. Don't be like, oh, it has to do this. The market doesn't have to do anything. So with that being said, I'm going to look at, let's see. I'm going to pull this off real quick. This is my index. It's a little scanner thing. Anything that's double green is a good value. So QQQ, XLC, XLV. XLV might be a good one. It's the 4-minute Keltner channel bottom, but it's at the daily top. XRT is a daily bottom. Anything that's in daily bottoms we like to look at. SMH, IYT, Cloud, but it's double yellow. So we need double green with a daily bottom. XLV may be the only one so far. I don't have extended on these, dang it. Can I do this? Nope, I can't. Alright. So that is, as far as sectors go at the close, ES is, or NQ is down 127 points, the ES is down 50, and the Russell is down 47. So everything is down this morning, and that's okay. When things go down, there's opportunity there. So I'm going to be looking at a couple stocks this morning. I'm going to be looking at Beyond, and that's going to be, we're going to start on the daily, and then I need to pull up some FlowTrade. All right, this is the smart money dark pool and block trade algorithm that we use over at, it's called FlowTrade. It is a predictive, not a lagging indicator. It lets us see what the market's doing before the market reacts. It measures the flow index, and the chart you see in front of you will be, the white will be price action, purple will be the regular algo, any red will be regular block trades, any blue will be dark pool block trades, and any white lines that I draw will be a combination of dark pool and regular block trades. When they happen at the same level, I like to just really signify them with a white line, like I did here on the upper right hand corner. Nvidia had a regular and a dark pool coming in right at 8:15. So I'm going to be looking at TLT today. I've noticed that whenever the market drops, TLT rises, so there's a rotation from stocks into bonds. I don't know if there's any like super technical analysis or if there's just the way life is, but it seems to be pretty decent that way. Okay, bear with me a little bit. I revamped the entire command center this week. Like I said, I got that standing desk, so just trying to make sure everything's where it needs to be. If you have any requests, make sure you hit me up in the chat section, or you can hit me up on Twitter. There was already a request to look at TLT this morning, so we'll take a look at them. TLT is ripping. Like it closed, closed yesterday at Friday at 148. We're up $2 already above the 200 SMA. We're currently trading at about 2 ATR on the daily. Look for a pullback to test that 200 SMA for a continued move to the upside. We're oversold, positive stack moving averages. We've got, what do we got here? Let me look at my multi-time frame MACD. It's all positive, it's all green. The 5 minutes rolling over, but primaries, the ones that push the bus up the hill, are moving. So we broke above that 148.15, which is a previous high or low. And we're currently just going to continue to rip. I'm looking for a dip back to possibly the 21. I don't like this little John Wicky, right? I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a wick right here. Yeah, you guys can't see it. Damn, I got to change my charts. Let's check out over here. Maybe you can see it a little better on this one. But basically, there's a giant wick candle. What that is that's a stop killer. So that's the market maker saying, oh, if you bought here, you're going to throw your stop in here. Let me just mark some levels like, right? Let's just say we bought in here. I used to have this a really nasty pink so everybody could see it. There it goes. I'll go a little bit thicker, thickest. Right, we'll go there. So let's say you bought here. As the stock's moving, you're going to continue to move your stops up here. Stop loss there. You're going to throw a stop loss in here. Right? So what's happening is the market makers are like, oh, hey, if we want to drop this, right, let's go ahead and take out all the stops so that when we fade it, the stops are gone and, people have to panic sell. That's typically what happens when they start doing this kind of a massive just, $2 wick on an uptrending stock. So look for this. So basically, if the market continues to dump, TLT will continue to rise. If the market reverses, people will start selling out of bonds back into the market. Okay? Pretty simple. Looking at TLT on the daily, which is, that's not the daily. Nice try though. How do I get back? Clicking the wrong button. There we go. Looking at TLT on the daily, it's got a pretty dang good technical setup. We're above this. Oh, keep forgetting what those are. The gray is, I think it's the 34, 50, 89. It's either the 89 or I'll recolor it so I know what it is off the bat. But this is a pretty good technical setup, right? Up, pullback, up, pullback, up, pullback. We've got our Darvers box high. Oh wait, we're at 150. So we broke above here. Let's look at some previous highs that are going to come in and affect TLT. So we're in a supply zone right now from a previous low, right? We've got this 153 target, and let me show you where I threw that up. So we've got this low right here, right? That's going to be a target, and then we've obviously got this double low right there. So what this is this is just a giant, massive supply zone that we're going to interact with. So that supply zone on the daily runs from 153.13 to 154.55. Currently trading at 150. Look for a rejection off of that. From a fib level. Fibonacci. I'm going to name my next dog Fibonacci. Alright, so if we go from low to high, back down to low. Right? See how that 127 is smack dab in the middle of that supply zone? I mean, it's just this shit. It's technical. Fibonacci is amazing. Shit lines up. You're doing something right. All right, my 50% lined up perfect with a Darvis low high. All right, the 618 is lining up perfectly with the 34 EMA retracement. Right, the 127 smack dab in the middle of a supply zone. Right, I don't have the 16. Why don't I have the 1618 on here? WTF, man. WTF. I have to get that fixed. Oh, it is there. All right, so 50. Oh, my new one that I like doing is the 382. The 382 is I didn't realize it until recently that it's a super important decision-making point, and there's a whole trade structure set around it. I'll get into that in a later date. I'm going to start doing how to trade videos. I'm also going to start keeping my regular videos shorter. Sorry, 10-15 minutes. I got yelled at by YouTube because my videos are too long. Anyway, TLT, I've got a target of 153.83. Look for a rejection as early as 153.16. All right, so that's TLT. From the flow, obviously, nice strong uptrend. The algo's pulling the stock up. Let's see, where are the other ones I want to look at? I wanted to look at Beyond, Dash, Chewy, FedEx. Beyond, Dash. I got tripped up this morning and didn't realize that there's a cryptocurrency called Dash that's available on Webull now, and I was like, oh wow. And then Goldman Sachs. Okay, so looking at the algo for Beyond, it's continuing to sell off. The algo has just broke above price action and slightly curling up. That could be an indication of a bullish divergence. However, since it's trading with price action, I'm going to depend on the 1 minute chart and see how it plays throughout the day. Now Dash, on the other hand, has got a little bit of bullish divergence, but this looks more like it's trading with price action, and it's bearish divergence to the downside. Sometimes you got to zoom in on this stuff, right? Since the y-axis isn't anchored to any point in time, it's free floating, it can be a little deceiving. All right, so Chewy, there's a little bit of bullish divergence on Chewy, which is actual bullish divergence, right? It's minor, but comparatively to the market, it's pretty significant. I'm going to look at Chewy from a technical standpoint in that it looks like it's kind of consolidating and it's really fighting to make higher highs. With the algo, all right, let's do this. Let's just mark this up. What I don't like is there's no real block trades to come in and help out with Chewy. Ching. All right, overall, the algo is just kind of consolidating. It's got a little bit of an uptrend, right? All right, this is Chewy. So the algo is pretty much flat. All right. So we've got this support coming in right here at the 50-day SMA. However, our MACDs are pretty negative. Our Squeeze Pro has an opportunity to roll over. We have a daily, 2-day, 3-day, 4-day squeeze that could fire to the downside. We're below VWAP, negative MACDs, right? Where the heck is... Sorry, I just got to do something here real quick. I had to fix my price lines, and all right, there we go. Much better, muy better. I like that pink color. All right, so what we're looking at is a sell-off after a rejection of the 200 SMA. Let me get rid of those fib levels so that I can throw on some new ones. And while this looks like an inverted head and shoulders, oh man, this is tough. Regardless, with the market selling off, we close currently at this previous low, right? We're currently trading below that previous low. This is a 50 SMA. Everything's just really, really heavy right now. I would look for it continue to move to the downside. Gonna come test some of these previous support levels. I like the 73.67 level right here, and then we got this one right here. Right, so this, if I were to draw this cloud, you would see these boxes would be pretty evenly spaced. With Chewy, I'm targeting 72 and then or 70. 70s. 70's a level, but I kind of like this one here better. So Chewy, the target is 70.55, right? If we continue to move to the downside. If we do find some support, for some reason, if we miraculously find some support, just all right, so look for support at 75 and 73. Well, currently we're trading at 75.13, so we're trading at this level here. Why don't I just move this down? So we're currently trading at this level, which is a daily mid. A break below 74.50, and I feel like we're going to come down to the 72.40 level. So that was Chewy. Break of 74.50, play down to 72.50. All right. That was Chewy. I want to look at Dash real quick. Dash on the Algo is the only one that looked a little bit bullish. However, all of my MACDs are in kind of the same situation where the MACDs are all negative. Looking at Dash on the daily, looks like we 162. We're currently trading below the 34 EMA. Look for this 154.84 target, and let me explain why. We're currently trading below the 34 EMA. Our next level of support is the rising 50 SMA, which is previous high at 154.84. I like that level. Right, we have a newly formed 200 SMA that we may come down and tip-tap test, but I really do like coming in and testing out this. We may pause at 160 as well. 160 is a psychological whole round number level. So looking to get, if I were to get puts, maybe 160s at the gate, right? And then play the move down. So that was Dash. 160 puts. Contrarian, if we bounce off of this level that we're at right now, or even the 160 level, we'd have to play it back up, pull back to the 21 is what I'd be looking at. So we'll see how it opens. Right, we're currently down, we're below the daily mid. If we get any further down, like I said, we're going to come down here and test, you know, some of these previous price levels. So that 160 is a decision-making point for Dash. Break below 160, I'm going to target 155. 160 support. break of that, targeting the 155s. 155 puts. 155 puts. I'm pretty bearish this week. Did Chewy? Let's check out Beyond. Oh yeah, this is going to be a glorious sell-off. Alright, as far as Beyond is concerned, there is this right there. We've got this previous demand zone. I'm just going to go right off the... I think I'm going to take it right off the doji. That's at 116.64. We're trading at 122, right? There's nothing holding it up. Stacked negative EMAs, MACDs are heavy. We got decent beta, right? We breached the daily Keltner channel bottom. I can't talk this morning. Right, that's this level. So I'm targeting this 116, and then I don't know where I got 107 from. Let me just do this. One thing that I do that really helps me out when I'm trying to find some key levels is I'll look at higher time frame charts and then grab a level off of there. Yeah, this level should be more. And that 113.26 level, and then so that's a bottom. That's more of a bottom. So what I did is I just pulled up the weekly, and I'm throwing some support resistance levels off of there, and then we'll bring it back to the daily. See how nicely that lines up, right? Previous bottom, previous bottom. You know, we'll play to the previous bottom. If we get below 113, you know, 99 is really easily attainable. However, there's a micro demand zone, 115. Let's call 117 to 113. So there's that $4 demand zone that we're going to come down and test. It's this level here. So whenever that happens, look for a bounce, a break below that, and we fade down to 100. So that's Beyond. $122.90, $122.50. Yeah, so this is that demand zone starting at 117. If we get down into there, I would definitely play the 117 to 113.26 fade. If we bounce from there, then I'll have to look to target probably the 125 level, or 120 is a psychological level. So that's Beyond. Let's see, how do I want to do this? So any sort of a pullback into the 21 or the 60 or the 200 SMA, right? I'm going to sell that. So wherever we get, I'm going to sell that fade. I hit the 8, may hit the 21. I don't like that it just filled this gap. It's got another little gap to fill. So 122.90. Yeah, we're below a lot of support. May just grab the 117.50 puts. 117.50 puts. We'll play that. The target though is actually going to be this 113 or 113.50. 117.50 puts. Targeting 113.50. All right. FedEx was the next one I was going to look at. Sorry, I just had to read something real quick. Throw on FedEx real quick. And FedEx is just currently, everything is rolling over. Everything's just rolling over. FedEx is another one. So we're currently at this daily bottom for FedEx. If we break below that daily Keltner channel bottom, right, I'm going to call it 283.50. I break below 283.50 and we're going to drop down to 280. Right. These are those levels I was talking about again. So we got a previous low there, and we're currently trading right around here. Right. So look for, yeah, I'm liking these levels. So FedEx, a little different. We're currently trading right at this 285, or we're trading at 287, so right in here. We're either going to reject off of 285, a break below 285, we come and test 282, and potentially this 200 SMA coming in at 278. A break below 278, 274 is our next level. Up, down, right? It's respected the 200 SMA, which is rising, so I just gotta, kind of keep an eye on this one. If it does reject off of any of these two levels here, it may move back up to the upside. Looking at, like, there's no real strong down channel that I can find. Maybe off of this guy. Right, so there's our upper target, there's our downward target. Yeah, but a break below that 200 SMA, right, which is where we're at right now. We're literally right here. A break below that, 285, 282, 275. Right, those are pretty chunky levels, right? Right, this is a level, like I said, this will be consolidation in here, 285 to 282. Below 282, we got 274. So that was FedEx, 274. Contrarian, if we are able to somehow reject off of that, we've got 290, a break above 292, and then we've got a lot of resistance overhead. So I would probably wait till we clear 295. If we clear 295 with momentum, we're going to go back up and test 300. Right? However, I'll readjust and make some modifications, but this is just red and ugly. It is ugly. All right. The next one I wanted to look at was Goldman Sachs, GS. GS is the only one that looks like it might be recovering a little bit. Let me get rid of some of these drawings. So rising 200 SMA, that's a 4 hour. Let's go back to the daily. All right, and while it's in a nice strong uptrend, it's broken below the 50 SMA and actually closed more than a half of a candle below our moving averages, right? Typically, What that means is that the trend is broken. See how it's respected the 34 pretty well? We broke below the 34. We're currently trading at 354.50. So let me just throw some lines on here. That's a pretty significant line right there, that 356, which is where we're at now. Below that, I've got 348. If we dip below 348, nope. Activate drawing. Hold on for a second, guys. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I live in Phoenix, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and my son just woke up. And I'm like, what are you doing awake? It's summer, and you're waking up at 6 in the morning. Huh, that's interesting. Goldman Sachs. This one may actually curl around and over, but I have to be, I have to look at all possible options here. And while there's a nice cluster, right? I'm just trying to find some longer term key levels. Right, we haven't even pulled back to the 21 on the on the weekly, so it's this area here that's causing me a little grief. That's pretty easy to spot. This one's just the one that's causing me some problems. So this is probably going to be the level that it interacts with most today. So I'm just going to go off of there. We'll just call it that. We'll call it 340, and that lines up pretty well. Overall, Goldman Sachs is, it's nice, strong, moving uptrend. Oh, there it is. I knew there was going to be a demand zone in there somewhere. It's this doji here. That's the Goldman Sachs demand zone that's going to possibly bounce off of. All right, so that runs 341 to 334, $6 zone, right? But we can vary. So we're trading at 354 right now. So we're trading below this level. We've got the 200 SMA, the 4-hour 200 SMA is rising currently at the level we're at now. If we're going to reject or retreat or revert off of this level, this is going to be the level here. A break below that, we bounce off at 348. If we can't hold 348, I'm going to play the downside to 340. So that is, yeah, so hold 348, play, let's see, if we hold 348, I'm going to target 363. Break of, so if we break that, break down, grab the 340s. All right, so that sounds pretty decent. All right. What I'm saying is, if it can hold basically this daily mid 351, right? Yeah, that's tough. I'm gonna say if it holds 350. Where the hell am I logged in at? Huh. Alright, well I gotta fix that. Give me 1 second. Wow. Sorry about that again. I'm back. Alright. Like I said, if I gotta restart everything. I'm just gonna shut it down now. I'm gonna go take care of a couple things, but we've got some pretty good, we've got some pretty decent ones to look at this morning. Look for this, the daily bottoms is pretty significant level, breaks below that, and we get into some pretty large gap downs. I mean, we get into some pretty large moves to the downside. So we're just gonna keep an eye on it. We're gonna play the charts in front of us. I'm gonna check in on TLT again. Let's see what it's doing. I'm just kind of got a mRNA looks like it's going to move today. It looks like we're rotating back into bear bug stocks, and I think we might be. So I might have to pull back the COVID list and see what we've got going on with that. But things like mRNA, it's ripping, right? All right, it got included. It's just on a massive uptrend. UVXY, inverse ETF, right? So the market sells off, this goes up. It's currently the daily top. It's having a problem getting through it. So, what we may get a pull, we may get a rip today. If it can't get above this, if it can't clear 3250, UVXY, if above 3250, the market will sell off. Look for a pullback on UVXY back down to 3053. If that happens, then the market will, the market will buy it open, and then if it bounces off of this level, then the market's going to sell off the rest of the day. We're at the weekly, what is that? Oh, it's weekly cloud, right? It broke above the weekly cloud. So lots of interesting things can happen today. INMD, right? I don't know what happened there, but missed that move. That would have been a fun one to catch, right? CODX, Like, I recognize all of these names from last year at this time, right? It's down to 8 from 16. Bounced off of this, daily 4-hour bottom. On its way back up, break above 825, and right, it starts to continue to move back up. IRPR. Let's sell off. DocuSign. That's a nice move on DocuSign. So I actually like this. Massive support. So monthly, weekly, 4-hour, right? Support. 275 is support. We hold 275. I think we're going to go back up to 288. So that's DocuSign. Let me throw that on the list. All right. Thanks for joining me. Sorry about the little snafu. I'm going to go take care of my son real quick. Make sure he's doing okay. It's really weird that he woke up this morning that early. Stay safe today. Make sure you do me a favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. I'm going to start doing afternoon videos. Keeping them short and sweet. Let me know in the comment section below if you prefer chart technical analysis or if you want me to do algorithm technical analysis, meaning I'll do 5 or 6 tickers from the algo perspective and just leave, trading view and transpider and all those other just technical charting, leaving it alone, just go from an algo perspective. So